So, hello, Dr. Varga. So today I'm very happy to be here to present my topic in my final paper. My topic is the importance of the global media uh, in the Vietnam tourism industry. Actually, there are several reasons why I chose that topic to write because when I read a lot of the impacts of the global media nowadays, um, one of the one of the sector that have the big influence is the tourism. So actually, when I live in Vietnam, I feel like global media or international news agency they wrote a lot of information about Vietnam. So and some local business and Vietnam government they see the global media as one of the strongest um, way to reach more people. So that's why I feel very interesting that I should read and write about my topic. So in my final paper, I write about the abstract. In my abstract, I want to introduce for the audience about how I write and list down some key um, factor that in my final paper. For example, like Vietnam tourism industry has experienced growth due to its rich cultural heritage, natural beauty, and historical value. International media shapes global perceptions and influences visitor behavior and decision making. The essays also explore the positive and negative effects of the media coverage on Vietnam tourism, highlighting the economic benefits of the positive media coverage and the need for strategic recommendation for sustainable tourism. And also, it's also discussed the challenges of the negative media portraits. And in the literature reviews, um, um, actually I go back to the first module because I want to use the Thomas Matthew theory. In that book, the global media theory and stakeholders and the strengths is very amazing. I think like when I use some the theory, I can feel like it should add like the the global media in the global media in the technologies and or the global media in the news coverage. It's helped me to uh, bring me some good perspective to. In this part, I want to mention about the developments of the Vietnam tourism industry from after we have the independence and we have the news revelation when we open the market with the Western countries and in global our market. So in the early 20th century, Vietnam experienced a surge in the tourism due to its UNESCO certificates Ha Long Bay and Hoi An Ancient Tale. The Vietnamese government and local business launched a large-scale marketing campaigns and niche tourism segments like adventure, ecotourism, and culinary tourism. After the 2010s saw a biggest boom in tourism, but over-tourism and environmental degradation impact local infrastructure and resources. Despite these challenges, the tourism industry remains a core contributor to the Vietnamese economy and contributing the significant to GDP and employment rates. The next part is very important in my researcher paper because it's analyze the roles of international media on the subject like in the tourism industry. So as we know, like Vietnam has implements recovery initiatives including domestic tourism, digitalization and strengthened health and safety standards after COVID-19. The government aims to balance economic conservation with cultural preservation, conservation, Vietnam historical depth, cultural attractiveness, and policy stability have built a globally respected brand. And the Vietnam have also be access to in the internet. So in the eras of the internet, global media can access to from Vietnam more comfortably. Like international media play a crucial role in shaping global perception of tourist destination, significantly influencing the tourism industry. And the Vietnam representation in the international media, including news outlets, travel logs, social media, and documentary, had a substantial impact on the country's tourism sector. And in the part, I analyze about some big media coverage like BBC, CNN, and the research from some the example of the new agency to illustrate how Vietnam the portrays in the tourism. And also as we know, we have a lot of travel bloggers or the YouTube creator. They also have Vietnam as one to have Vietnam have roles their tourist. And also I want to mention about documentaries and reality shows focus on travel as a significant influence on global travel trends by representing the allure and distances of various destinations in Vietnam. And some channels like Dictionary, some channels like National Geographic and Discovery channels are renowned for their captivating content, sarcastic Vietnam attractions. So about the positive impacts, in this part, I want to analyze the benefits of the global media on Vietnam. Like the tourism industry in Vietnam benefits from international media, which like promote the country cultural heritage and natural beauty. Also, Vietnam positive international image contribute to increase the tourism revenue and economic growth, attracting visitors and boosting local business. So this leads to job creation, infrastructure investment, and improve the living standard. Besides, the media coverage has been instrumental in promoting Vietnam as a top travel destination, resulting in increasing tourism and revenue, economic growth, and improvement of the infrastructure and services for the tourism sector. Besides about the negative impacts of the global media, somehow I want to um, analyze about tourism in the how they impact, like the positive coverage can boost tourism, but negative headline can harm the destination reputation and deter visitor. And media coverage of protests, political instability, crime, and security issues can reach a misleading impression of the safety and stability in Vietnam. Sensational reporting of the isolated incidents can misinform tourists for an tennis period, leading to a decline in the numbers of visitors. Also about when they have some news about the environment, it can also like some global media, and they report about the environment issues can also reduce the numbers of visitors from outside to go to Vietnam. So to address the negative impact and positive effect, I think Vietnam should actively shape the public opinion by engaging with the media, emphasizing the country's rich cultural diversity and modern progress. So in conclusion, actually, the topic about the global media on the industry, specifically in the tourism, is not new, but somehow I feel like when I study in international media, I want to explore more its implication, not only for the tourism, but in the near future. Actually, I want to find out more in other sector, such as education, uh, or uh, or developments of the economy. So, I hope so. In the future, I had a chance to study more in the global media. And thank you for watching my presentation.